Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Skyrim. Before we get started, however, there are a few things I'd like to get out of the way. First of all being, I'm quite ill at the minute. I am recording this now, however, because one, I want to, and two, I'm actually going home again this weekend, so I can't guarantee when I'm at home I'll actually be able to record any Skyrim, so I'm doing it now. Now being Wednesday night, basically. So there's that. I will be periodically launching myself into coughing fits, and I will be sniffing and requiring to blow my nose every now and again, that sort of thing. And that hopefully you guys will appreciate the fact that I'm ill, and it won't bother you too much. I will obviously edit out any sneezing and coughing and whatnot. So if there's like I'm going around doing a thing, and then suddenly I sort of pause what I'm doing, and then there's no noise from me, it'll be because I was coughing or something, and I edited out after. I edited it out afterwards. So yeah, just bear that in mind, basically. I'll be over it soon, I'm sure. It is not, in fact, the dreaded man flu. It's something much worse. This bug is apparently here for the long haul, because I've been sick now for the past couple of days, and it isn't getting any better. But anyway, I'm fighting back as best I can with the aid of painkillers, strepsils, and copious amounts of iron brew. So that's a thing, basically. I'm sick. But anyway, because I've been ill, though, I've had lots of time to muck about with mods and things, because I've really had nothing better to do. So I'm running a lot of new mods, which hopefully I've managed to remember to edit into the description at the bottom. They include the following: static mesh improvement, wearable lanterns, yes, finally, I can hear you rejoicing already, equipping overhaul, Hunterborn, Sands of Skyrim, the Dungeons and Wilds add-ons, and Dragon Combat overhaul, I'm trying again, and Alchemy redone. Hunterborn and equipping overhaul you guys will have seen in the review I did, if you did bother to watch that. One quick thing to note, though, before I do properly get started, is that there is a small issue with the equipping overhaul, which I will mention at the beginning of my next review video, but I'm going to show you guys now, just because I can. Small issue which I didn't actually discover until after I'd made the review, unfortunately, in that this mod, the equipping overhaul, for those of you who didn't watch the mod review or don't know what it is, it's basically a mod that allows you to have all your favorited weapons displayed actually on your character. So as you can see, Claudius has both his silver longsword, his Daedric dagger, his bow, and his crossbow all equipped at the same time on his person, which I think is kind of cool, because they would be in real life, rather than mysteriously stuffed away into that TARDIS-like backpack of his. However, there's one small issue with this mod, and it's to do with crossbows, and I'll show you exactly what I mean right now. Don't worry, this won't take too long. So yeah, I've got a crossbow out, right? Well, I sort of have and I haven't, haven't I? I mean, you can't see it very well, unfortunately, because the light in here is quite dark, but that's quite clearly not a crossbow. It's a longbow that's being held sideways for some reason. Yeah. If I were to quickly hotkey as well and switch to my sword, there's a steel bolt sticking out of one of Claudius's knuckles. It looks quite painful, to be perfectly honest with you. That is a bit of an issue, isn't it? I found it's to do with, I think it's to do with when you equip something with a hotkey after putting it out, using it and stuff like that. I found that the problem is when I've got the crossbow, it just causes all sorts of trouble. Right, see, now the Orcus shortbow is behaving as it should do. If I put that away now, I get the crossbow out. Yeah, it's still being strange, as you can see. So, I'm going to unfavourite the shortbow for now. Where are you? There we go. And hopefully that will... There we go. Solve my problems, but however, it won't actually solve the problem. Oops. I hope no one was listening to that. Won't solve the problem of when I switch to my sword, I still got a bolt sticking out of my knuckle. To get around that, unfortunately, I must never use hotkeys, basically. I can only use the favourites menu. If I believe, I might even have to sheathe this first, actually, for it to work, but if I go like that and then equip the blade extender, I no longer have a steel bolt sticking out of my knuckle. This is a bit of an issue, as I'm sure you can agree. However, we're going to stick with it for now in the hopes that the mod maker will soon fix that, because I generally speaking, I really like the mod, but that little issue is something that's obviously very annoying. But anyway, so there you go. Sorry if I bored you a bit with this, but it had to be said. And the other mods I will probably discuss as we come to them. For now, let's just you know, actually get started, shall we? I am freezing cold. Really, really, really cold, in fact. -51 on our exposure meter. I am freezing, Miko. Let's hope there's a big fire down here somewhere. Come on. Out of the way, oh, for heaven's sake. There we go. I hope that doesn't become a bit of an issue, Miko. Now then. I'll tell you what, this torchlight isn't doing much good, is it? But, and again... Torchlight. If you've never held a burning torch for real, in case you're wondering, they really don't give off that much light in reality at all. So I feel it's fairly realistic, actually. Well, then none of this looks particularly promising, Miko. I have to say, no idea what to expect down here, but this place does not look what you would like what I would call inhabited. Although I can hear strange noises. Lots of glowing mushrooms too. Would you stop barking, dog? My god. Heaven forbid I try to be sneaky for once. I'm not bringing you along next time. Next time I have to sneak into a castle or something. Mushrooms. Glowing mushrooms. Oh, just a note, by the way, viewers. Actually, I am going to start doing alchemy with Claudius. I've decided. As part of the I've begun to realise that Claudius is definitely becoming a sort of more outdoorsy sort of a bloke, and while he still has much to learn about combat, survival in general still is a bit of an issue in some ways, which is why I installed a mod like Hunterborn, so he could have a bit more immersive sort of hunting and stuff going on, and just sort of general outdoorsy ranger type stuff. And I also want to do some alchemy with him. Initially, the route I was thinking of going with was actually, you know, to give him an edge in combat, basically, because as you can see that while he's alright at fighting other humanoids, he struggles a bit with monsters and the like, and wild beasts. And I was thinking I needed to give him an edge somehow, especially against dragons, actually, now I think about it. And the initial idea I had was to do some enchanting, but the more I think about that, the less I like it. It doesn't seem to suit Claudius' character very much. He is a person with sort of almost zero magical talent, if you don't count the Thuum. And enchanting doesn't seem like his sort of thing. Alchemy, on the other hand, does. Now, at the minute, he doesn't know much about alchemy, honestly, at all, but we can change that with a trip to Whiterun. We can go talk to the alchemy lady there at the White Vial. No, it's not the White Vial, but that's the place in Windhelm, isn't it? But anyway, it's pretty easy to get some alchemy training and that sort of thing. So that's something we're going to be doing in the future. In the minute, though, I'm not going to be collecting any ingredients because Claudius doesn't have the faintest clue what kind of ingredients he'd want to get his hands on, but he has decided, for better or worse, that he is going to start trying to take an interest in alchemy and so on and so forth. just to give him a bit of an edge in combat, whether it comes to poisons for using against monsters, or making his own potions, because he's constantly running low on potions at the minute. In fact, right now, I think he has criminally few. Yeah, he has 3 very small healing potions at the minute, and a couple of stamina ones as well. It's not very good. So he's decided that's what he's going to do. He's increasingly becoming a more sort of monster huntery, rangery kind of character. Actually, now I think about it, I suppose it's a bit kind of a more of a, almost like a kind of Geralt type character from The Witcher. And whoa, Christ on a bloody! I did not see you there. Hello. He doesn't look hostile, does he? Creepy noises, by the way.
Let me ask you something, sweet. What makes a mortal give a promise that he can't keep? Is he a dreamer, a liar, or a fool?
What? Excuse me? Pleased to meet you too. I don't know, I just came here to... who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here?
So you're one of those wits who needs everything explained to you. Fine. People who don't keep their promises are liars. Every lie is like a snake wrapping around your throat. And it's only a matter of time before it grows large enough to snap it. Or you see, I am that snake. I'm the one who makes sure that the next promise is kept.
I can't tell whether you're threatening me or trying to introduce yourself. I don't know what you're talking about, but it's cold in here, and you're well.
Then squirm, little Quama, and let your fear silence your tongue. For when you break an oath to serve, you break the law. Your words become blood, and the more you speak, the more you bleed. They call me Brains. I keep the law, and I kill anyone who defies it.
Oh, okay, now you're speaking my language. I'm tempted to go with that one. Laws of mortals do not apply to the Dragonborn, but... is Claudius that full of himself? He was at a point, but I don't think he is anymore. I think in Chapter 2, he probably would have said that. But Chapter 3 now, where he is right now, I don't know. Tempted to go with what does this cave have to do with keeping the law? Lawbreakers must be executed at all costs is a bit ridiculous, because not all laws, not the penalties for not breaking every single law is all you know, but you can't, the death sentence doesn't apply to every law. It's silly. What does this cave have to do with keeping the law? Oops, it bleed timed out, didn't it?
I ever tell you how breathtaking I look when I'm choking a bandit? Find one, and I'll show you.
I feel like I missed out on a bit of dialogue there, Modder. Bollocks. Just a second.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Back where we were before. I have to remember not to talk too much about these decisions, apparently. What does this cave have to do with keeping the law, exactly? I think Claudius is cold and tired and not in the mood for philosophical discussion.
A group of guards decided to forfeit their lives by breaking oaths to serve and turning to banditry. The Fetchers probably figured this cave would make for a good hideout, especially after they found the secret entrance. Parma are vicious though, worse than criminal scum. Those oathbreakers didn't stand a chance. All they left were bones. Ever go to the market hoping for supplies and getting potatoes? Well, that's what this is like. But my blades are hungry nonetheless.
You go on ahead, I'm terrified of Falmer. I routinely run into bandits, Falmer and the like. That is true. That's very true. You should leave them be. This is their home. That would be a bit hypocritical of me, wouldn't it? In the extreme. I guess we'll offer him to come with us. You know, if he's going to help us kill some Falmer and rescue this hostage, who hopefully is still alive, then the more the merrier, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, like running into old friends, I bet. Lawbreakers always hang out in groups. Too cowardly to go at it alone. Still, it seems we've got some things in common, sweet. You wouldn't be here otherwise. Alright, you might be worth following. If you want to kill Falma, first we need to find a way in.
Right. Law always wins. What? Dog? Where are you at? Oh, there you are. What the heck was that then? I heard someone screaming. Ceremonial brazier. Okay. Is that the person we're supposed to be saving? Oh god. We should figure this out right now, Reigns. Old tome. Hello. A mighty lord deserves a mighty offering, but he who fell on this spot asked to be remembered humbly. We who served at his hand, however, do not want his brilliance to be forgotten. Thus, to honour him, one needs only to look to the simple glowing fungus on these cave walls. For no matter how mighty or humble one may be in life, we all return to the same ground from which this mushroom blooms. Rains, mushrooms, now, come on. Go, go, go. There we go. Will that do the trick? Well, I'll be damned. It did. Come on, then. It's a bit cramped in here, I think. I'd rather use this. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, crikey. Right, okay. Go for a bit of slow time, I think. Get in, Miko. There we go. Right. I can hear the guy. I don't see him anywhere. Right, we'll worry about looting corpses and such later. Right, now we need to find this poor beggar and save him. Reigns, if you could, thank you. Move out the way. My goodness, it is dark in here. Uh-oh. Whoa! Christ! Oh, no! I knew I should have blocked them. As soon as I hit slow time and he was swinging at me like that, I was like, oh no, what have you done? Oh, Christ. Apparently I'm going to have to do all this all over again. Oh, my goodness. I'll be back when I've got caught up again, viewers. Okay, here we go again. One down. That is such a cool shout, I have to admit. That's not so cool though. In fact, that's quite the opposite, it's quite hot. Wow. Go Reigns. You're a dangerous individual, aren't you? Alright, no looting, not yet. Wait till they're dead. Come on, Reigns, let's go. You've got a poor hostage to save, apparently. Oh, you nearly got me again the second time, didn't you? Little bastard. Liking this dagger. The reach is a bit rubbish on it, mind you, but still. Again, worry about that later. Excuse me? Person I came here to save. If you could go ahead and show yourself, I'd appreciate it. I need some healing. Now! I also need to drop a torch. If I can remember, I don't have a hotkey for that yet, right. There we go. Right, okay. First things first. Hate to break the immersion, but... Where is it? Equipping overhaul. Geared up. Realistic gun equip. Yeah, I want that off, just for convenience's sake. Enable hotkey. Thank you. Right, that would be jolly nice. All things considered. Right, okay. Come on. Oh, don't do that. It didn't drop the torch. Weird. Anyway. I'll drop one manually. What? My torch disappeared. Never mind, I'll drop another one. It's also disappeared. Oh, for heaven's sake! Oh, there's the gentleman in question by the looks of things. That's a chorus! Get away from it! Ugh! Well, thanks for that, Rain. It's blowing me halfway across the room. Nice of you to do that. Oh my god. I hate farmers so... Oh, for... You'd think I would have learned by now, viewers, but apparently not. Ugh. Get out of the way, dog. Seriously. Alright, I'm back. I'm now going to quick save. Miko's in a pretty poor state. Rain's is just as bad. I'm not doing too great either. However, we did just kill two choruses. I'm not sure. That came charging up this way. Which that didn't happen before, but you know, the less chorus around, the better. Quite frankly. I haven't heard anything from our hostage though. Just got me a little worried. What? Enough of the friendly fire rains. I mean that quite literally. I'll loot on my way out. Right, this is where we got to before. Let's drop a quick save. Oh god, okay. Farmer Shadow Prowler. Really? That's... okay, he's escaping. Dog, you're pushing me into the ice here. Don't do that. You guys got this covered or what? Rescue Filnya from Lost Echo Cave. Filnya? Where are you? He was here a second ago. Where's he gone? Filnya?
Remember, leave the town. Let them bear witness.
Okay. Filnya, where are you, my buddy old pal? Ah, okay. You've wandered off here for some reason. Ugh, bloody physics. Okay, you are not the guy who I saw earlier, but fair enough.
Thank the divines. Let's move.
Get him back to Shore's Stone? That's a heck of a long way, Filnya. Are you sure you aren't going to be alright if I just escort you out the cave?
Please, get me home.
Oh yeah, I guess this is one of the bandits. Well, the guards that turn into a bandit. Well, I'm going to do a bit of looting, Phil, now, if you don't mind, and then we're going to walk you back to the fort, mate, and then we'll think about what we do from there. Do I aim a lever? No. These eggs, I don't know, we should set these on fire or something. Never mind. I guess the other fella died or ran away. Unless I was just completely seeing things. I don't think I was, though. Oh, shouldn't do that, really, but never mind. That's Hunterborn in action, by the way, on the monster thing. It's just normally the inventory doesn't open at the same time as activating the monster, but whatever. Health potion, eh? Fair dues. God, what a disgusting place. Staff of Fireball. I'll take that. Quicksilver ore vein. Alright then. I don't know how on earth I'm managing to see what I'm mining here, but could be useful for something. Not every day you find a Quicksilver ore vein, so for now let's just go. Poison. Well, I guess it's the first time for everything. Even if it's Falmer poison. Can I warm next to this, by the way? I'm guessing probably can. Yeah, it looks like I can. Awesome. Alright, completely warm. That took a little while, actually, but never mind. What's this? Oh. Fair enough. I was expecting Draugr when I came in here, I have to admit. When I saw this stuff. Whatever. Right then, let's go. This horrid place. Get back to the fort. Which is, you know, not great, but it's less horrid than this place. That much is almost certain. Shorestone, aye. Bloody hell. I think we're going to be taking the carriage for this one, folks. I don't think I'm walking all the way to Shorestone from here. Nope. Definitely sure I'm not doing that. Right, now. Main thing is to make our way back to the fort without freezing to death. Kind of surprised I survived that, honestly. But then again, I did have a not entirely sane Dark Elf Battle Mage on my side, so there's that. And you too, Mika, I'm not forgetting about you, don't you worry. Faithful war dog. That tower is gonna have to wait. Unfortunately. Oh gosh, I need to unequip that. I'd favourite that short bow, don't I, before I start getting strange skeleton issues. Where is it? There we go. Okay, I just picked up some mountain flowers there. I know I said I wasn't going to pick things up until I'd learned a bit about alchemy. And I confess I did that out of force of habit more than anything else, but I'm pretty sure we've come across at least one health potion recipe before now that included blue mountain flowers, because I know there are a few about. And if not, then I'm going to just say that Claudius has heard that they can be used in potions. So that's why he picked those up. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Oh, nearly there, come on. What do we have here? Who's oh, you're the one with the torch, right? I was wondering where that light was coming from.
What was that?
Uh-oh. Oh, more ice wraiths, freaking hell. Apparently this fella's got it covered though. You're a blacksmith. You look like a blacksmith. I'm gonna say you're a blacksmith. Never met the fella before, after all, having never been to Short Stone, so. Right, come on lads, where's Rain? Oh, there he is. Get a move on, mate, come on. Almost there. Look at those stars. Whew. Pretty enough to make you almost forget the cold for a second. Almost.
When are we going to see some action? Yeah, I know what you mean.
If you want some action, you should have popped off down to that cave.
What are your thoughts on all this?
Ugh. Time to warm by the fire. Brains, why are you sneaking, mate? What are you doing? Some sort of bug, I think. In any case, I'm going to warm by the fire here. We're probably going to spend the night in the fort. And by probably, I mean definitely. And, I will get back to you guys once we've rested and stuff. And once I've considered my options and decided what route we're going to take to Short Stone, since that's where we need to go. We don't really have a choice about that. And in the meantime, I will try and figure out what is wrong with Reigns here. Stupid Dark Elf. Anyway. Be back in a second, folks. And we're back. And my god, it's actually recording this time. I'm sorry, viewers. This is DX Story has been giving me all sorts of crap lately, when I've been trying to record games, and it's been driving me slightly insane. Just now I had to restart the game about 3 times just to get DX Story to load in properly and actually allow me to record the game. But anyway, it is now the following morning, about 9 o'clock roughly, as you can see there at the top left. I updated the version of A Matter of Time I had, so I've got a slightly different looking sundial-y thing now, which also displays the phases of the moons, interestingly enough, as you can see at the top left there. So yeah, we've just finished eating breakfast and whatnot. Reigns is doing his thing.
Please, get me home.
I'm on it, Filnir. Seriously, I'm not immortal. I do in fact need to rest every now and again. And anyway, we're about to leave, and yeah, I forgot about that. We're about to leave, and I think we're going to get a carriage. I don't want to walk all the way to Shorestone. I've decided we're going to take the easy option. I don't know where exactly we'll take the carriage to, though. That part I haven't decided really yet. But the first priority at the minute is just get back to Solitude and then decide from there. First, though, I want to get rid of that annoying message. It's to do with... There we go. It's to do with the map mod I have installed, basically. Well, map, thank you. So there we go. Gosh, I still can't get over how nice this map is. Anyway, here we are up in Fort Haragstad, which I'm pretty sure I've ended up pronouncing that differently every time I've said it. But anyway, that's where we are. Solitude's down there. Easiest route would be to go down there, past the statue to Meridia, and down off to Solitude. Of course, on the other hand, we could go to Shadowgreen Cavern and get Nosta's helmet finally, but... Well, one, I don't fancy facing off against giant magical green glowing bears. Particularly, at least Claudius doesn't. And also, we've got a refugee hostage guy in tow right now who's a little more important. So, first priority is to actually get this guy back home. So there we go. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go down this way. We'll have to deal with Nosta's helmet another time, unfortunately. So, without further ado, let's get underway. Let's get the old food back on. Before we go, though, I have noticed something over here. Cloak of the Northern Paladin. I think this is one of the unique cloaks from Cloaks of Skyrim, if I'm not mistaken. Although I can't see what the hell I'm doing in here, it's so dark. Let's get outside. You find these littered about here and there. I don't know if this is the first one we've discovered yet. Probably is, actually. Some of them are quite interesting, though. Quite interesting indeed. Oh, hello. Daylight. That's a nice change. Right, there we go. You may notice it's a little... everything's looking a little
Imperial armor is damn heavy.
different lighting-wise. I have changed my Imaginator settings a bit. Wasn't entirely happy with them as they were, but it's still a work in progress anyway. So, what is this? Look at the Northern Paladin. Lost during the War of the Red Diamond, where a Knight of the Nine fell to Queen Potama's forces. And... wait a minute. Bloomin' backpacks in the way. Well, I'll be damned, look at that. Let me just... mod config. Equipping overhaul. Sorry about this, guys. There we go.
Heavy. Yeah.
There we go. Well, that's a pretty cool find, isn't it? It clips horribly with his hood, and it doesn't even look that great with our armor, honestly. But that's not a bad find at all. Gosh, yeah, no, I remember back when I played Knights of the Nine. Yeah, one of the original Knights of the Nine, he buggered off to fight in the War of the Red Diamond and presumably was killed. And this is his cloak. Huh. Nice. Well, anyway, it's not really working, is it? With this outfit, to be fair. So, and it's not as good as this in the cold weather anyway, so... Still, pretty cool. Let's get the old equipment back on. So yeah, let's, I guess, head back to Solitude now. All 4 of us. I hope the pathfinding holds up, that's all I can say about that. I am cold, freezing cold. You're not here, horse. You're not here. I'm ignoring you. I'll have to summon him with the horn later, I think, actually. I'll have to say he was at the stable all along or something, but anyway. Oh no, he should fast travel with us when we go by carriage, actually, now I think about it, but never mind. So, let's go. Let's head on back down, and hopefully we don't freeze to death by the time we get down there. Although, I'm not optimistic, honestly. Claudius' resistance to the cold isn't legendary, let's put it that way. So anyway, what have we got here? Bloody hell! They don't seem to see us as a bit much of a threat. I guess under all these furs they haven't noticed, or... Hold on, Rain. Oh god, if we weren't escorting a bloody blacksmith with us, I'd have that lot. But then again, if they're doing reconnaissance, they could be reporting back to the Stormcloaks about important stuff, and... Sorry, blacksmith. This kind of has to be done. Wait, you're from the Rift, aren't you? You're... This is... No, gotta kill him. They could be carrying important intel. That could end up getting us all in trouble. You know what? Let's quick save first.
Somebody help! We are routed!
Okay. Blessed Blade of Stendar. Whoa. That's such a cool shout. I'm not convinced of how useful it is. Oh Christ. Oh boy, now this is getting tricky. What the heck? Oh, that's Rains. Well then, gentlemen and ladies. We find ourselves in an interesting position, don't we? Get him, Miko. Good dog. Whoops. Swear I didn't mean to do that on purpose. Alright, Rains is back up. Kind of was counting on Rains not dying quite so quickly there, honestly. But never mind, these guys aren't being particularly aggressive, are they? Come on then, someone try it on. You're just going to stand there like lemons. Oh, okay, spoke too soon. There we go. One down. Just the one more to go. There we go. Good dog. And nice job, Rains, by the way. You did tank quite a lot of damage there, didn't you? Don't know why you didn't use much magic, though, to be honest, and the blacksmith has been just looking on in horror, I imagine. Well, tough, mate. You got rescued by an Imperial. Deal with it. maybe it'll change your opinion on the whole affair. It's slaughterfish. Why not? What happened? Travel cloak, black fur. Scaled horn armor. Right then. That little issue's dealt with. Christ. I honestly thought I was done for there. Where are you, Rains? You're going around the long way, I see. Chop chop. It's getting cold. Blacksmith. Sometime today would be jolly nice. We're supposed to be rescuing you, you know. Let's just wait here for a bit. Yeah, I thought I was pretty much done for their Reigns. When they they got me cornered like that, but apparently they weren't interested in attacking. Just as well, really. Anyway, there you are. Took your bloody time. Don't know where the dog is, but he'll be able to take care of himself, I'm sure. I can hear him anyway, so come on, dog. Gonna move on. Well, that's brightened up Claudius' day a little bit. Almost makes up for being freezing cold. I have to take out some Stormcloaks who may or may not have been carrying valuable information about our positions and our forces and so on and so forth. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they realised I was Dragonborn and then sort of suddenly came over a little bit. Well, I don't know. Whatever happened, somewhere about halfway through that fight, they lost their brave pills, didn't they? In any case, gosh, nearly there. It looks like it's warmer down here, like, because it's not snowing, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Air is biting cold, yeah. This little stretch of land here is a little deceptive. It doesn't look as cold as it actually is. Oh dear. Oh, now it's freezing rain as well. Christ. I really need to get myself a linen cloak for when it starts raining like this. The fur ones just get sodden and full of water, and they actually make you colder as a result. But I think, you guys don't mind if we stop in the Winking Skeever on the way back, do you? No? Good. Because I need a drink. And a hot meal wouldn't be too bad either, now I think about it. Quick save time. I will, before anyone mentions it, see if I can try and install a auto-saving mod. It's on the to-do list. Definitely. Especially after that bloody cave where I had to go back and do the whole thing like twice. So yeah. I'm trying to think now. So questions, things people asked, wanted to know about Claudius. Well, one question that came up quite often was, how old is Claudius? The answer to that is that I've kind of forgotten. To be perfectly honest, I initially started off in this Let's Play saying he was in his 30s or so, but it was then pointed out to me that if he was born after the Great War, which he was, he couldn't be 30. Because it was like less than 30 years ago. So I guess he's in his 20s, but I don't know exactly how old because I don't know the dates and things of the Great War and stuff. But he was born after the Great War, basically, after the signing of the White Gold Concordat and all that sort of stuff. So roughly in his 20s, basically. For those curious, my oh my, this is actually really horrible weather. Let's just go inside. So yeah, there was that was a question that came up. People also wanted to know where he was born. The answer is he was born in Kvatch. Actually, that's where he was born. Although that's not where he grew up. He actually grew up in the Imperial city. He was born in Kvatch, just after the Great War ended. However, Kvatch was... I'm pretty sure I remember somewhere along the way hearing that Kvatch actually got sacked and pillaged, I think, during the war, so... the place was pretty much a ruin, so his parents, I think, moved to the Imperial city not long after he was born, because it was, well, a smoking ruin's not a great place to raise a child, after all. Oh, 200 gold to rent the room, eh? Another mod I have installed, which I forgot to mention earlier, actually, is the one that overhauls the inns and taverns, I think. It makes it so you don't always get the same room. It's now randomized which room you get when you rent one, and it also is appropriately more expensive. It was a little farcical before that you could rent a room for like a quarter of the price of a slice of cheese. So I have a new mod that does that as well. So I don't think I want to rent a room though. I think we just want maybe something to drink, maybe something to eat. Alto wine. It's a bit strong, really. No mead. Claudius is not a fan of mead. Herbal tea. You know what? Actually, herbal tea would not go amiss right about now. Let's go with this one, I suppose. Hot tea. Good stuff. That's what you need when you've come out of a rainstorm. The game crashed. Don't know why. Just kind of happened without warning. Instantly, bam! Back down to the desktop.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever.
Never mind, I guess. It happens. Especially with this many mods, you've got to sort of expect that, I suppose. Argonian blood wine. Maybe not. You know what? In addition to the tea, why not have some beef stew? Yeah, there we go. Beef stew and herbal tea. That sounds about right. Now then, I stood over here and I was about to say, let's not bother these two who are sat over here. Except someone else is now sat there. Ugh, bards. Ale keg, eh? Hello. Oh my goodness, too many followers everywhere. Just, God, leave me alone. I'm gonna sit down here. Feel free to, you know.
Did I ever tell you how breathtaking I look when I'm choking a bandit? Find one, and I'll show you.
Okay. What? When did he tell us that? Never mind. Why didn't you just, you know, okay, never mind. I was going to tell him to relax, but apparently I can't do that. This ale keg's awfully awkward. Never mind. You just stand there staring at me while I enjoy my meal, which I can't eat because there's an ale keg in the way. I've just realised. Did you not like that chair? Was that chair offensive to you in some way? Strange Nords and their strange customs. I'm just going to sit here. Right, anyway. With the rains looking over my shoulder creepily, but never mind. What can you do? Beef stew. And my thirst has been quenched apparently, but damn it, I'm going to drink this tea anyway. Screw the system. Oh dear, what time is it? Let's just chill here for a bit. Enjoy the music. All that sort of stuff. I'd say have a conversation with our blacksmith friend, but I don't think he'll let us do that, because he'll just yell at us to take him home if we try and talk to him. Oh dear, yeah, so anyway, Claudius was born in Kvatch. But he didn't stay there for very long. His parents moved to the Imperial city while he was still a baby. What are you looking at, Miko? I see those puppy eyes peering at me over the table there. Yeah, they moved to the Imperial city because they could afford to. They didn't want to stay in Kvatch because the place was a mess, basically. So there you go. So that which leads on to another question which a lot of people asked. Which was, does Claudius have any family, siblings, etc.? And the answer is, well,
the Imperials.
he obviously has parents. He didn't just pop out of the ground one day out of nowhere. That music's awfully distracting, but I'll try and ignore it. He did have parents who, like I said, you know, lived in Kvatch presumably before the war, then left. He was an only child, though. He didn't have any brothers or sisters. So there isn't another Dragonborn out there, basically, if that's what you're wondering. No, there's just old Claudius here. Yeah, just an only child, basically. Grew up in the Imperial city. His father was a Imperial Legion soldier who fought in the war. Much like his grandfather before him, and so on and so on. It's a bit of a family tradition, is the Legion. People ask me, why did Claudius join the Legion? The answer is simply that's what his family had just done for decades. His father before him, etc. It's kind of in the family. And that's why he joined. It was pretty much expected of him. But anyway, his father served in the war, got demobbed basically after the war was over. It left the Legion, had enough gold piled up from, you know, war loot basically, and basically bought himself a house in the Imperial city and set up a small business, which was a fairly commonplace thing to sort of happen actually, with soldiers coming back from wars in the Middle Ages and in the ancient world as well. They would often come back quite rich actually because of all the loot they'd managed to gather from their campaigns, and they would do stuff like that, set up small businesses, buy new houses and stuff. And that's what his father did. So there you go. I think the expectation was probably that Claudius would finish his term of service in the Legion and then come home and help manage the family business. Although the plans seem to have changed somewhat of late. It would seem. Anyway, it's probably time we were going. Now Claudius has finished his meal. You got anything to say, Rains?
Speak.
Blam to your eye. Ah, just out of curiosity.
But one of my ancestors was a Ferlica, and his poisonous blood turned my right eye green. A vial of liquid nightshade. Poured it down my right eye, burned the poison out.
Christ, a lot of options here. I like it. Good sheep blood is filled with sunshine and moon sugar. You burned off your own eye then? What, despite your face?
Losing the cat's eye was an improvement. You ought to cut off your own foot, seeing as how it's halfway down your mouth. I'm amazed you can even walk.
Fair play, sir. Fair play.
Die a bandit, or become a witness.
I see. I don't think Claudius has quite decided what he thinks of this fellow yet. On the one hand, his dark sense of humour is... dark and very sarcastic sense of humour is something Claudius can definitely identify with, because Claudius' sense of humour is quite similar, actually, but on the other hand, he's a little disturbing, isn't he? Never mind, we'll keep him around for now. Although, being a bit overwhelmed by followers at the minute, I need to cut a few off, I think. Speaking of which, let's get you back to Shaw's Stone, shall we?
Please, get me home.
That's the plan, sir. Come on then, let's go. Whew. Get the carriage and get out of here. Although, like I said, I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get the carriage too. I was thinking to Riften, but then I thought, well, only if I want to get attacked as soon as I jump off the damn cart. Still. Traders. Also, horse. I left you around here somewhere. I want you to magically appear for me, please. Oh, where did I? Right, I need to use a power or something, don't I? If you're wondering what that is, by the way, because I'm sure someone will be like, Lolwood, airstrike? What are you doing? That's from Dragon Combat Overhaul. Anyway. Horse call, there it is. There you are, I knew I left you around here somewhere. I don't suppose you have a horse, do you, Reigns? No, apparently not. Never mind. Let's go talk to these traders here. These Khajiit fellows. You don't have a... I don't know, maybe he does have a problem with Khajiit. Just try not to stab any of them, would you, please?
I welcome you, friend. How may I serve you? Take a look.
Not really interested in buying things, more interested in giving you stuff. Like that, and that, and that. I'll keep these resist potions, I think. Never know when they might come in useful. Provided I remember I've got the damn things. The Corundum Ingot I'm going to keep as well. Don't need that. I'll keep the Cloak of the Northern Paladin, just because, I don't know, it's just... It's a nice little artifact, really. Can't really put a price on something like that, can you? What it ended up doing in that Imperial Legion fort, though, I have no idea. Ice Wolf Pelt, yeah, you can have that, I guess. Soul Gem. Yeah, I guess that'll do.
May your road lead you unsaid.
So, is it still pretty cold out here? No, the air is apparently pleasant, but that won't stay that way for long, I imagine. Horse, what have we got on you that I could sell to the nice man? Oh, hello. Mace of Avar Stone Singer, I almost forgot about you. I'd equip you and have you on my belt using the equipping overhaul, just for the sake of coolness, if it weren't for the fact that you weigh 20. So I'll leave you there for now. Ah yes, and the holy pitchers and holy platters and holy thingamad-whatsits. Don't really know what to do with these, honestly. I don't think Claudius is going to sell them, because Claudius is quite a religious fellow. Admittedly, he was slightly overcome with raw greed when he saw these damn things lying on the floor of the catacombs over in the monastery, but he has since recovered his senses, and I don't think he's going to sell these. He's not really sure what he's going to do with them, though, so for now I guess he's just hanging on to them. Maybe donate them to the temple in Whiterun? Well, not really sure. But tempting as it might be to sell them, we're not going to. That, though, I can sell without any remorse. Especially Stendar's Blessed Chalice. Don't really know what to do with that, either. Yeah, so anyway, that. Ah yes, I haven't forgot about these. That should do for now. I doubt the guy's got any more money than that to give us an exchange. Value. Yeah, no, I thought so. Right, you know, I have that. Keep the change. And has he got anything I could buy from him? Some potions would be nice if he's got any. There we go. It's giving him a bit of gold back, hasn't it? Give him that. Hey, look at that! Level up, sweet. That, and no, I have the dragon scales. There you go, mate.
I hope that
Alright then, we're slightly less poor, which is good news. Horse, Christ, I suppose you better follow me. Join the convoy. There's already 4 of us, I suppose. Another one doesn't really matter by this point. Goodness me. Hello there.
Need a ride?
I do
Where do
indeed.
you want to go?
No carriage to shore stone, I see. I guess for now we'll go to Whiterun. Maybe stop there for the night, and then I'll just say hello to the companions while we're there. And I guess after that, we'll be heading to, you know, Shoal Stone, possibly on foot. Well, we'll see. For now, we'll go to Whiterun, I think.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
All right then.
Get up there.
The horse will have to follow along behind, I imagine.
I always visit the guild.
Speaking of horses, actually, people also wanted to know why Claudius doesn't like horses. Now, while it's true there was that incident with the horse thief, which is not, it certainly didn't do horses a reputation boost in general with him, as far as he's concerned. You stay right here, horse. Good. I don't think that was cause enough for him to really dislike horses the way he does. Basically, when he was still training to be an Imperial Legion officer, I think originally Claudius was actually destined to join the cavalry, since that's actually where his father served, in the cavalry. However, during his training, he got saddled with a horse. Pun somewhat intended. He got saddled with a horse, which really, for whatever reason, just did not get along with Claudius, or perhaps Claudius didn't get along with the horse, or whatever. But the horse routinely would throw him from the saddle in front of everybody else, and he got sort of laughed at quite a bit, and this continued for quite some time, until eventually he just gave up and decided he wasn't going to join the cavalry anymore. But the damage was already done by that point, and he was basically made to look a fool. And people sort of generally laughed at him and made jokes about it and stuff like that, and Claudius really didn't take too kindly to that. And ever since then has harboured a bit of a grudge against horses, because for whatever reason they seem to have it in for him. So there you go, that's kind of why he doesn't like horses. It's not a very interesting story, I suppose, but it's the best I could come up with once I actually had to think about it. Other than it just generally being a slightly irrational dislike of horses, I have to admit myself, actually, as a player, or as a person generally, in just real life, I am not personally fond of horses very much. They're kind of big and kind of scary. That might sound a bit daft, especially if you're someone who lives around horses a lot. But I'm not particularly fond of horses myself, to be quite fair, and probably Claudius at one point felt the same, although considering he's fought dragons, a horse suddenly seems a lot smaller and friendlier by comparison. Hello, Danica Purespring. You're the priestess, aren't you? Rains, can you just, like, I don't know, I've got some stuff to do, mate.
Did I ever tell you how breathtaking I look when I'm choking a bandit?
Yes, you did.
Find one, and I'll show you.
Already says, follow me, I need your help. That's strange.
Very well.
I just... Oh, okay, now I can tell you to relax for a while. Gotcha. Well, you do that then. How about, right, the blacksmith's going to follow me around anyway, but...
I had a dream last night. The criminals were dead, and I was sleeping.
You're a strange fellow. Not to mention the fact that you insist on following me around
Pile of liquid nightshade.
when I
Down my
whoops.
losing the cat's eye was a
I don't want you to. I'm rapidly beginning to think that I just need to
Find one, and I'll show you.
ditch UFO for good at this point, because
Alright.
because while it was never a problem for me in the past, I think it just does not work very well with the interesting NPCs mod at all. UFO is beginning to show its age as a mod, I think, and I'm going to have to get something instead. Possibly AFT, since that's the one everyone seems to recommend. For now, wait here. And Miko, I don't suppose I can tell you to relax for a while. Can you? Can I? No, you're fine. You'll just chill out. No problem. It's our friend Rain's here who has an issue apparently. Well, let's see. Peckish, slightly thirsty, slightly tired, Saber. Let's go say hello to Arcadia. This is one of the reasons Claudius has decided to stop here, by the way.
Let me know if you see anything you like. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Syria.
Don't I know it? Well, basically I'd like training in alchemy because I know nothing about it, but I feel like I ought to know something about it.
I think I can teach you a thing or two.
You better be able to. I'm guessing it's not going to be cheap. No, apparently not. There we go.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
There we go. I could level up right now and train a bit more, actually. That seems a little gamey, though, so I'm not going to do that.
You'll find tonics, salves, poultices, and potions on my shelves. Browse to your heart's content.
So, okay. Did that... That may have took some time, I don't know. I can't remember if it does that or not. I know time passes when you train in Morrowind, but anyway. In any case, we're gonna say that Claudius has been here for a while now, and he's been having some lessons. Arcadia's been teaching him the basics of
and I'll be happy to serve you.
alchemy and whatnot. Giving him some books to study and that sort of thing, and you know, that kind of stuff, basically. So, first things first, he has learned that, actually, he already knows that those can restore health. He has learned that by sampling an ingredient like so, you can find out what it does. For example,
Find tonics, salves, poultices, and potions on my shelves.
now you should be able to make some basic mixtures here. Well, you know, if you had the ingredients anyway. So yeah, we've learned about how alchemy works and stuff like that. However, I also have a mod installed called Alchemy Redone, and I'm going to be doing a review of it, so I won't go into a terrific amount of detail here, but it adds a sort of, kind of an alternative alchemy system to the game. It sort of is an alternative and sort of isn't at the same time. It's quite cleverly worked into the game and stuff, but oh, I believe that's mortar and pestle, which we can get so we can do alchemy on the move. I'll have that, I suppose. And basically, anyway, what this mod does is it. I think I'll take all of these, actually. It adds a new set of alchemical equipment you can either create or buy kits in order to create from alchemy people. Unfortunately, she doesn't seem to have any with her, but it basically allows you to. Well, let me put it this way. for those of you who've played The Witcher and understand how alchemy works in that game, well, I really like the way alchemy works in that game. And someone suggested to me a mod for Skyrim which I made additions to the alchemy system that made it work a bit like that. That's what this mod does, but you have to get a special set of equipment in order to be able to take advantage of those things. And one of the things it does is, for example, it allows you to break down certain ingredients into chemicals. So you're breaking them down even further into specific chemicals, and then you can mix those chemicals to create new types of potions and things like that, more refined forms of potions and that sort of thing. In fact, you can break down existing potions to get chemicals from them and stuff like that. It's all very clever. It's something I kind of want to be doing in this series with Thordis, because I just like the way it works. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, you'll get to see it in action as soon as I manage to actually get my hands on some of this equipment that's required for it, but until then I think we're just going to be doing some regular old alchemy. Rains, I will meet you tomorrow, mate. I'm going to go sleep up at your Vaska. I guess you can buy yourself a room at the inn, yes? Good. Miko, why don't you come with me? And I guess Vilniar will find you a bed at your Vaska. It's the least we can do, I suppose. I'm sure the companions will understand, and you should honestly consider yourself quite honoured. So yeah. Oh, Yovaska. Hey guys, how are you all doing? Let's go.
You still need to prove yourself, well.
As you are so very fond of saying. Nice fire, though. Never get tired of seeing that. Right then, well. For now, Claudius is going to get some well-earned rest. Our poor blacksmith, poor traumatized blacksmith over there is probably going to get some rest too. Miko is going to meet the family, I suppose. And I will join you, viewers, again when all that's done and dusted, and we'll get ready to head over to Shaw's Stone and get this poor fella back home. So, see you then.